Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Health Bar. We are back again. We have a old guest on today, which is amazing. Someone who we had on in the first season. So they've come back to kind of chat to see how they're getting on with everything, and also as well, what's happening with them within regards to streaming, gaming, and future of kind of what's going on there as well, which is exciting. I always like to start the podcast off here with my own mental health. It's been quite positive. So recently it was my little un's birthday. So he has now turned 2, which is insane. So I had my family up, and then my mum and dad went, and then my sister and one of my nephews came. That was awesome. So we got to chill out and do loads of things with them. And then everyone went. So once everyone goes, I find that quite difficult because you're in a real high, and then it's kind of then going back. So, we are in a little bit of a lump, I suppose, but we're still very positive, which is good. So yes, my mental health at the moment is good, which is nice. So yes, cool. So let's crack on. Let's start the podcast. And as always, I am really excited to have this guest on because it's quite funny. We talk every day, and they are part of the one of the IOP founders. And if you don't know who IOP are, we talk about it a lot. It's Only Pixels, which is a community that we kind of got together, 6 content creators, and created this freaking awesome community for us to kind of talk to each other on a daily basis, but also other people to come in and find other people to play and game and just have in a nice, safe place, really. So, without further ado, let's introduce Mr. HumanShieldz.
Hello, how
we doing? You doing good?
Very well, mate. Yeah, thank you for having me back.
No worries. Honestly, I massively appreciate it, dude. It's one of them things. I really love people to come back onto the podcast because it's always nice to see kind of where you are now, and also just interesting to hear kind of what you're up to within gaming and and life, really, which is always exciting,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's been an interesting. It's been almost a year. Is that right?
Yeah,
Can't be right.
yeah.
Jeez,
I think it is. Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, love it.
Exactly,
But yeah, no,
right?
it's been an interesting year. It has been good. Ups and downs, as is life. But it's going in the right direction, so it's always good.
Nice. Good. So for people that missed your first podcast, who are you? What do you do within gaming? And yeah, what's who are you, I suppose, is where we start.
Okay, so hello everybody. My name is HumanShieldz. I am a founder of IOP, as Lovemit said in his intro. So that was a lovely introduction. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so mainly I stream on Twitch. I'm going to plug it here. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6:45 UK time, if you're interested. Mainly play FPS games. I'm main in Call of Duty at the moment, both Warzone and multiplayer. It was always my go-to game when I first started, like sort of gaming, if you could say that, proper online gaming. Ventured into Tarkov. That's where I met like Darth, Mitty, the other Yahoos. But yeah, we sort of turn our hand to anything. I mean, we play a bit of FIFA, play a bit of Rainbow Six. I mean, we played Pico Park the other night. So,
Yeah.
it's a bit of everything, a smorgasbord of gaming that for your enjoyment and pleasure.
Nice. Yeah, so as you mentioned there, we do play community games, which is fun, and we did play Pico Park, which was the most funniest but also infuriating thing I've ever played in my whole entire life.
100%. Yes. Communication is key, and it was not good the other night. So yeah,
It really
was. It was a good laugh, though. It was a good laugh.
It was good fun, but this is how I actually put out the other day. It's like I don't. This is why I can't work with people in real life. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so like infuriated, but it is very funny. But yes, so we do like to, yeah.
It's a great game just to see like how people's minds work, though. It's like
Yes.
there's obviously people that are more logical and like it's all about trial and error, but then it gets to the stage it's like, what are you doing? It's like just do the thing. It's like, so yeah.
I know, right? 100%. So you obviously talking about you've gone back to Call of Duty, which is kind of interesting because we all and I'm included in this. We all mained Tarkov for, I mean, it must be nearly a year. For me, it's been longer. And we really kind of hit it hard, and it's been great fun. And then all of a sudden, the game's kind of changed. But then Call of Duty came out, and I hate to say this because I loved Call of Duty. I was a massive Call of Duty fan, like, and I mean huge on console. And when I came to PC, I never touched it because the game just changed and it just was rubbish. I didn't like it. On Warzone, I played it like once and then was like, "Get me off this. This is like horrendous. I don't like it." And blah blah blah. They brought out the new Call of Duty, and yourself and Darth turned around and said, "Just get it. Like, it'd be good. Just get the beta and play it. It'll be really good fun." And I was like, "Oh, do I have to? I don't want to spend 60 quid on a game I'm never gonna play." And yeah, literally got it, and I was like, "This is old school vibes COD, and this is so much fun." So yeah, we've gone back to that as kind of as a group, but you've obviously hit it a lot harder than most.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's like you say, we mained Tarkov. Well,
Yeah.
again, I've only played maybe about 2.5 wipes in Tarkov, but
Mhm.
the last year, like the last 2 wipes, I played it pretty hard. And I think, again, going back to the IOP thing, I think the league, the IOP leagues that we
Yes.
do, had a lot to do with that. But yeah, I think we hit it hard, and I think potentially maybe a bit too hard.
Yep.
Because we got every wipe we're getting to like the stage where tasks are a bit of a pain in the backside,
Yep.
a lot quicker.
Yes.
And I think it was just a sort of perfect storm a little bit. It was like there were changes made in Tarkov that sucked. Yeah,
Yep.
they just weren't good. You know, I mean, they had inertia, which was great. I really liked the addition of inertia, but there were
Agreed.
just little tweaks that they made that did they have to make them? No. Could they revert them? Yes. Have they? No. And you
Yes.
know, and I mean the cheating issue. Again,
Oof,
probably we'll talk about
yeah.
cheating later on anyway.
Yes.
But it became to a point where it just wasn't fun to play. And as I say, it's a sort of perfect storm because Call of Duty came out and it was the sort of game we all needed. Not to
Yes.
sound too cliche,
Mhm.
because like I agree with you. I think the multiplayer feels like old school multiplayer.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll go on Twitter and you'll see people bitching and moaning about it.
100%.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It feels so good. Warzone 2, is it perfect? By no means. No, it's not perfect. But from where Warzone 1 was at the very end in Caldera to where it is now in Al Mazrah,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I
Yeah.
think it's a hell of a lot better.
Nice.
The concern I've got is that there's talk about Season 3. They're sort of reverting more changes. They haven't went into detail what it is, so we'll need to look at the patch notes when they come out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my concern is that they're trying to revert back to form, but we'll just see. But
Yeah.
multiplayer's awesome, so it's fine.
Yeah, agreed. Like, and it's been really good fun, and it's one of them. I think, as you said, it's a game I think we needed. And I was actually speaking to Darth about this the other day, and I'm going to slowly, and Darth said he's going to try and do the same, slowly try and get back into Tarkov at some point because, you know, it definitely is. That's where my follower base really started from. But yeah, Tarkov is kind of a game I don't think you can just jump on and play. You need to have time. Where the best thing about, and it is literally the best thing about COD is you can jump on, you can have one game that lasts like 15 minutes and jump off. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter what you did in that game. It totally does not matter at all. You know, you're not going to lose any of your gear. You're not going to lose anything, and it's just fun. And that's I think something we've really enjoyed, which is nice. So yeah, I've enjoyed it.
I think for you and Darth, it makes more sense for you to maybe not like slowly leave Call of Duty and go back full time into Tarkov. It's having that mix. For me, whenever I turn Tarkov on now, I can't really face going into PMC. So for me, I personally think I'm probably done this wipe. I don't think I'll probably. I'll come on for a raid or two maybe with you guys. That's absolutely fine. But I don't see myself doing any of my streams like a 3-hour, 4-hour session on Tarkov. I've got to the stage with my streaming where I'm no longer streaming just for like to have everybody in the door. I'm streaming because I'm enjoying playing the game, and that's the biggest difference between me now and me last year.
Yes,
like we have this discussion all the time. It's like we shouldn't focus on numbers, etc. But you look at them, right? And I mean, I was really, really focused last year saying, right, I want to hit blah, blah, blah every stream. And I was doing it playing Tarkov, but I was just pissed off with it. I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it at the latter end. Whereas now I'm playing a game I enjoy, and I'm swapping between Warzone, I'm swapping between like Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer,
Yeah.
and I'm having fun with it. And I think that it's weird because that's reflecting in the numbers. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
my viewer average is higher than it's ever been,
Yeah.
and that's over like the 3 days that I'm streaming. So that in itself is a little like
Yeah.
boost, you know. So yeah, I think it's all down to what games you enjoy playing. And you and Darth are very good at Tarkov, and like you enjoy Tarkov when you get really into it. So yeah, it makes more sense for you guys. But I think for me, until such time as I get annoyed with Call of Duty, which will happen, you
Yeah.
know,
Of course.
it's the
Games
nature
are
of the beast.
games. Yep.
We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because I was going to bring that up. Actually, you talking about like streaming and what's changed for you, but you've obviously kind of answered that in a way. But yeah, also as well, kind of what. So yeah, from obviously we will go into obviously mental health, but from kind of your yeah from last year to this year, kind of what has changed? What has like for me? I look at your streams and for me, it has changed. I see like you're more confident. You're more I don't know. There's something there that. And I love watching your streams. The same with Darth and Hawks when he streams as well, and Makashi when they stream, and Tom. But like for you, is like honestly, I think you've changed, and there's such a I don't know. I love watching your streams because it just seems so much fun. You seem so confident. You love what you're doing, and it's lovely to see.
It's nice to hear. It's sort of validation from your peers a little bit when that happens. So no, thank you. Yeah, there's definitely been a confidence shift, and it's interesting because we had this discussion last time about content creation and streaming, and they're two very different things.
Yes.
Last year, I felt I was more focused on hitting my target of getting the thousands, the 1K on each platform, which I
Yes.
did. And YouTube was sort of my focus. I was rattling out 3 shorts a day, for example, trying to hit that 1,000 subs, which I did, which was
Yeah.
fantastic. This year, I don't have that same goal. So YouTube has taken a bit of a slide, and I've actually went more in terms of, right, how do I sort of improve my stream? I don't know. I personally don't know if there's been a massive improvement in my stream. Like, that's down to you guys and people that watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there's definitely a confidence increase somewhere. I don't know where it's came from.
Yeah.
I'm trying things on my stream that potentially I would never have done last year, like introduction of certain characters into the
Yes.
stream.
Yes.
I would never have done that last year. Like, never. I would never have even attempted it. Yeah, I am enjoying what I'm doing, and I think it's the confidence thing, absolutely. But I think it's testament to you boys as well. Like you said in your intro, it's like we speak every day.
Yes.
You know, and if we don't, it feels weird. So it's like, obviously, Makashi he works hard, and like he's got his own thing. He's got his daughter, etc. Tom, he works very hard. So does Hoxie.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Darth are very, very fortunate that we are at home. We work primarily at home.
Yeah.
There are occasions where myself and Darth need to go to the office where we're not here all the time, but we have that outlet, and I think that's been really, really key, especially for me. And I think I speak for you as well. It's
100%.
You.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So yeah, I think that's where it all stems from, to be honest, which is really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully more stuff will happen in the stream. Who knows?
Exactly. No, it is you are, and that is the thing. And I do, we do talk every day, as we mentioned, and it helps. And it is this thing, isn't it? It's this selfish thing, but also as well, it's not, because I know that in a way I'm helping you guys as well, but I get so much out of it. Like, just to come on and just chat to you guys, and this is the mental health kind of side of it for me, is I can come on, chat to you guys for like an hour. So sometimes I only get an hour in the day where, because I'm a stay-at-home dad, I look after the little one in the morning, then he goes for a nap, and then I look after him in the afternoon when he wakes up. So sometimes I only have that time to either jump on and say hello to you guys after I've done like whatever, the housework and the washing and whatever. I can jump on and like say to you guys, hey, how you doing? And I can have a little bit of a vent. You guys can have a bit of a vent. We can play a game or two if we've got time, and forget about the world, and then go back to our normal lives. And honestly, I said this in my last podcast, I can't I can't tell people enough to try and go and do it. I know it sounds really strange, but to have a group of people, and I know it's hard, especially with mental health. I know it's super hard, but this is why I think things like Discord and Facebook and all that kind of social media is bad. Don't get me wrong, but it is very good if you get a group that works, and it has for me. It's worked so much that my mental health is so much better because of it. I can talk to you guys and chat, and you guys are exactly the same, and we can have a vent. And it is funny because sometimes I come on and I vent literally for like 5 minutes, and that's it. And you guys then understand, take the piss in a good way. We have a bit of a laugh, and then that's it. It's done. And then I've vented, and that's it. And I'm not then bottling it up and thinking about it over time. And this is why I do think Discord and other servers and other things like that are brilliant for people to connect and open up about mental health, shall we say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, it's sort of 2 points I want to make on that. It's a case of we've been very fortunate in terms of this. I'm going to just focus on the 6 founders, right?
Yep.
We're all older,
Yes.
elder statesmen, shall we say?
Yeah.
And if this was real life IRL, I don't think we would have had the sort of 18 months to 2 years that we've had in real life. If
Totally
that makes
agree.
sense.
Totally agree.
I find it very, very difficult to go into social places. I've got severe social anxiety. I just don't like it. And I'm talking about to the point where it's close friends of ours. If they invite me to their house, I don't like going because it just fills me with absolute dread. But with you guys, it's like I can go into the Discord chat in the morning. Like you say, you can drop in for 15, 20 minutes or whatever. How we doing? Blah, blah, blah. But it's not even a case of we're talking. If we're sitting in there, there's periods where like we're not talking. It's like it's like there's this safety net. I don't know if that. I don't even know if that's the right.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
I know where you're going.
It just feels like a safety net, and I mean, even away from the gaming and streaming and content creation side, it's really good. So obviously, when you go away to deal with your little one, me and Darth are sitting now. Me and Darth do very different jobs.
Yes.
But our experiences within our jobs are pretty identical in terms of what we're going through at that particular time. So it's like I could say, Darth, I'm having an absolute nightmare with X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, I've had that as well. And then it's just literally 10 minutes of just chewing the cud and just like trying to sort out the world basically. And it's just nice to know that there's someone there listening. And again, Fee, my wife, she's incredible, but she's got her own job. She's got her office through in the other room. So it's like, it's just easier. My office is literally there. Yeah. I can turn 90 degrees and I'm at my office and it's there. So it's just a great sort of escape route and safety net that you boys are there for me. So I will always be really, really thankful that you guys are there.
And that is it, isn't it? And again, same with myself. Like, the missus, amazing, like actually amazing. And I can't fathom how she's kind of stayed with me, I suppose, with all my nightmares. But yeah, she's been great. But you are right. I think if we had this IRL in real life friendship, I would be the same because I find it very hard to motivate myself to get out. And if, say, for instance, you said, "Oh, come on, let's go to the pub," I would probably find I would want to go. Don't get me wrong, but everything in my body would tell me not to go. And I would probably find some random excuse not to go. Or I would get worked up so much that I would then actually feel ill and have a headache and actually can't go because I feel rough. And it's weird, like, saying that, but it is true. And, I am getting over that. I am, because I am getting out. And because I have to, I'm getting out with my little one. Yeah. But again, I still have to force myself. If like normally on a Monday I don't have the car. The missus takes it. She goes into the office, and so I don't have the car. So, and I have to physically, because we don't have anything on, I have to physically force myself to kind of go, right, come on, let's go. We'll go for a walk, and we'll go to the park, or we'll walk to the supermarket, and I find that really hard, and it's stupid because I'm just going out with the little one to the park. It's not like I'm gonna meet anyone or see anyone, or especially see anyone I know, because I don't know anyone around here. So you know, it's but I still, yeah, it's still that thing, and but again, as you say, this is, yeah, online groups. I do think, yeah, and again, we are very lucky, like, and
Really lucky.
very, very, very lucky that, and again, this is the reason why we made, you know, It's Only Pixels, because we are lucky that we have got the six of us, and we do talk and we do play, and we love to play like games with each other, and we love to chat and etc. But for me personally, I love the fact that we made it so we could let other people have the same experience that we are having with others, you know, and us, you know. But it's quite interesting because you always say this, like when we do the community nights, and it's so true. I love it. We can't always be there. We can't. Like, and that's for community nights, that's for people's streams, that's for our streams. Sometimes we you know, it's life, you know, sometimes we can't do it all, and it's trying to get the people not to, especially in our Discord, not to rely on us, but you know, and it's lovely to see at the moment, because we're seeing it at the moment, is that when I jump onto Discord, we have got people in our Discord that are chatting in different groups.
Yep.
And it's not us, it's not the founders.
Awesome.
And I honestly, when I come on and I see that, I love it, because I'm like, oh my god, people are getting and making friends like we have. And
Yep.
Honestly, and again, that for my mental health is amazing, because I feel that we have done a good thing.
Yeah, we've been vindicated a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. It's, with the best will in the world, we'll go to every sort of community event if we can, but
Yeah.
sometimes we need to adult, and
Yes.
you know, we need to have real life, and it's just not possible. And I think it's only recently, within the last probably 2 months or so, I
Agreed.
think that switch has really clicked, and we're seeing it more and more, which is fantastic. And you know, but we're saying the six of us, the six founders, but I think again in the last 6 to 10 months, we can say that net is widened a little bit. We've got our
Yeah.
core
Yes.
sort of community members, which is fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
every member of IOP, like we love and adore the fact that they're there, which is fantastic. But we have got that small group that are
Yeah.
really loyal, and they really do fly the flag. And it's not just UK based, which is really cool. We've got
I know, right?
American, we're in Sweden. It's all over
Yeah.
the place, which is awesome. And you know, we have grand ideas, of course we do, but it's a slow process. You know, it's the same as growing a stream. You know, it's slow and steady. You can't just do follow for follow and you know, increase your numbers that way. It will take time, and we're going in the right direction, which I'm really excited about.
Agreed. Cool. So going back to kind of social anxiety, we are doing something this summer, which I think is going to be amazing, but also it's going to be massively out of my comfort zone, and I think it would be slightly yours as well, I suppose, because of, but you've already done it, but we are going to go to TwitchCon.
Yep.
So
go to Paris.
You're going to Paris, which is going to be amazing. Like, honestly, it's going to be so cool. I've never done, so I've done like Comic-Con before, and think not the big ones, but I've been, and you know, I love stuff like that. So to actually physically go to a dedicated gaming event for me is going to be so cool. But it's the first time that I am meeting Hawks, Darth, and Tom.
Yeah, geez,
so
that's right.
For me, it's 3 new people, because I'm only going to know you, obviously face to face, like real person. Like, and it sounds really weird because they're all real, but you know what I mean. It's so for me, I'm super excited, but also very anxious at the same time, which is really weird. How about yourself?
Yeah, it's a weird one. I'm probably less anxious.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've met you. I've met Hoxie. I've met Darth. Tom's the only one I haven't met in IRL. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. Amsterdam was an absolute blast with Hoxie and Darth, and we've always said that the biggest regret is we couldn't get more of us along.
Yeah.
And the fact that 5 out of the 6 are going is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I think I get where you're coming from, because I felt it that way before, not because I was meeting like Darth for the first time. We speak to each other a lot often enough. We know each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the issue. For me, the issue was new country, massive amounts of people.
Yeah.
But see, when you're there is this like focus on just what you're doing. It's like you're going into an area where gaming and content creation is the main thing, and
Yeah.
that's what we're interested in. If it was something just completely random, if it was just a holiday like to Paris, I still think we'd be okay, but
Yeah.
that would present something slightly different. There's a common theme and a common interest that we've all got.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm probably less socially anxious about going to Paris than I am. I don't know. What am I doing recently that's going to cause me severe anxiety? I don't know. There'll be something that'll probably
Yeah.
feels like a social butterfly. She'll have me doing something, and that'll cause me like severe anxiety. So it'll
Yeah.
be fine. No, but I'm really looking forward to it as well. I think it'll be a good laugh, and I think you'll surprise yourself because I
Yeah.
surprised myself last year. Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be good. So, and also as well, it's going to be interesting because I think we're all going to try and. Well, I know you are 100% going to try and vlog it. I'm going to try and vlog it as well. And I think there will be like obviously some community video going out. I'm sure at some point afterwards. But
Yeah,
so that's
100%.
gonna
vlog
be
last year was
interesting.
good.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting as well because. But we had that. I was chatting to someone about this the other day, and so before I had my breakdown, I was so social. Like honestly, I would go and do everything and anything, and so I am an extreme sports nut, and I lived in the mountains, like snowboarding every day, and like mountain biking in the mountains. Like, I love it, absolutely love it, and since all that, I haven't done hardly anything, and but I used to go to all the events. So we used to go to I went to Barcelona to see the Street League skateboarding. Obviously, London they had it as well. I've been to Norway for X Games. All this kind of stuff, and it's amazing. But a lot of the time, I would take my camera and I would be snapping pictures and all that kind of stuff, and I would sometimes be so engrossed in what I see through the camera lens, I'm like, I might as well be watching this at home. And then I'd put the camera down and I'd actually go, right, do you know what? Sod it. And I think that's so for me for vlogging, because again, it would be the first time for me really vlogging. It's going to be really interesting because I don't want to miss things. Actually, in real life, I want to obviously enjoy stuff, but I want to be able to vlog at the same time. So I think it's going to be nice because you're doing it, I'm doing it, and we don't always have to do it at the same time, and we can put bits together and then it will make a story that way instead of me going on my own and having to film the whole thing by myself, you know. But again, I think that's going to be quite an interesting thing to try and not get too involved with it, but yeah.
Well, I know what you mean. Like with the last vlog, what I did was obviously I filmed a lot of it. Hoxie did bits and pieces as well, which was really good.
Yeah.
But I filmed obviously me, you, and Makashi meeting up in Edinburgh.
Yes.
And I felt more awkward doing that vlog than I did at TwitchCon. And that because one, it was my first one.
Yep.
But also it's because you're in public. Right?
Yep.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
At TwitchCon, you go there, you vlog, you're in public, but everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't feel as out of place.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And I know what you mean about you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
I think you pick your moments. Like,
yes.
There were certain things that I vlogged that were like, that's garbage, I don't need that, I'll just delete it. But there were certain things like, I don't know, Hoxie and Darth playing that ridiculous game and laughing, you know, for example. It's just like, so you just pick your moments, and you're actually surprised. You don't actually take a lot of time doing it. I basically did it in like 30-second bursts. That's all it was. So basically that entire video was literally 30-second burst, put the camera away for like an hour or two, 30-second burst, do the same again. And yeah, it all adds up at the end. Well, you know that editing, so it all adds up.
100%. Cool. So that's obviously Paris. I'm super excited. Like, and I was so gutted when I couldn't go to the last one. And when I couldn't go to the last one, like the missus was like 100%. What happens next year, we'll do it. And luckily, she said that because it's actually not a great time for her work for me to go. Like, I know, honestly, it's really not a good time. But she's like, look, I said you can go, we can sort it all out, and we'll get it. So, so I'm like, all right, amazing, good. So that's it's been it's really lucky, but yeah, it's good. So, but people that don't know, my missus, she works in TV, so she's actually filming them weeks and that weekend and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, luckily though, she should be able to do it all from home, and she'll have the little one, so it's fine. Otherwise, we'll just take the little one with us. You can come with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Lads on tour.
Exactly right. Cool. So obviously we talked about a lot about gaming and a bit of mental health here and there. So mental health wise for yourself, how are we doing? I know obviously with gaming it's kind of we speak every day and it's normally about gaming and obviously a bit of work, and obviously with work you've had a lot of kind of not changes but near changes and stuff happening. So mental health wise, how are we and what's kind of going on?
I think on the whole I'm pretty good. I think from where I was last year, there's definitely been massive improvement. Obviously, we talked about the sort of issues I had last time.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Every day's a battle. You know this as well. Obviously, every day is like
Yep.
not a challenge as such, but it's always there in the back of your head. Gaming, like you say, has been really good. I'm feeling really confident, really good with my streams.
Yeah.
Work is work is a different matter. Personal life wise, it's great. Me and Fee are awesome. Tucker, the dog, you've probably heard him in my streams barking. He's a pain in the backside. He's great. You know, everything good personally is there. Work is a challenge at the moment. I've got into a new role, more responsibilities, which is great.
Yeah.
But there are definite frustrations.
Yep.
That takes its toll. And I think, again, that's coinciding with just working from home primarily because there's no real escape.
Yes.
Like, thankfully, I'm off, depending on when this goes out. So I'm off the Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I'm off Friday, Monday. The laptop is not going on. I'm not touching it. I've deleted the sort of work things from my phone, the apps on my phone, not getting touched. I just can't.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was very close to being burnt out at work. For a variety of different reasons. I went for another job, I didn't get it. It got given to an internal candidate, which happens.
Yeah.
You know, so it's about keeping your ear close to the ground and just looking for opportunities when it's there. But yeah, it's been a real challenge recently in terms of the work-life balance. And again,
because exactly, because it's something that I really want to bring up, and you actually brought up being burnt out, and you don't have to be burnt out just from gaming. Like, a load of people think that from if you game you get burnt out from gaming. Like, it's real life as well, and it's kind of really interesting because it was probably longer than this, but in my head it was only like about 3 months ago or something where you were like, I need to take time off, and you took a week off streaming here and there, and then some evenings you were like, I'm not streaming at all, you know, and I'm not even coming on, not even going to game with you guys. I just need to, like, you know, which is amazing. And this is something I really want to push out there and tell people, like, you do need your own personal days. You need your, I'm going to sit and veg in front of the TV and do nothing and eat popcorn and pizza and whatever. You know, you need them days.
Yeah.
As long as them days 100%. Don't turn into weeks. That's obviously the hard side with mental health, you know, just obviously, but you definitely need them days to go, fuck the world, I just need to just be myself, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was really crucial for me. It was at a time, I can't remember if it was before Christmas or after Christmas.
Oh, no, I can't remember.
It seems not that long ago, but potentially was. But I couldn't face it. I couldn't face streaming. You know, I'm working, I start work at like sometimes 7, half 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you're working right through, like sometimes without a break. You know, there were times where I just wasn't doing anything like gaming wise or content creation, and it was rough. And then by the time I usually start 6:30, 7 o'clock at night for streaming, it's like, I'm knackered. You know, I don't want to talk to people. And I mean, the reason why me and you do the streaming thing is so we can talk to random folk coming into the streams, you know? It's,
exactly.
But yeah, it was like, nah, I just need time. And I think that, again, that's a massive change to where I used to be, to where I am now. It's a case of I feel confident enough to go, do I know something? I'm not going to stream tonight. You know? And because it's in your head when you start off streaming, or you're at the very early stages of your career in streaming, where you're thinking, if I take a day off, that's it. Game's over.
Yeah.
You know, no one's going to come back. It's just not the case, you know, because what's happening in your real life, your viewers, it could be happening to them as well. They might not come that night in order to
Yeah.
watch you because they are burnt out from work. So you've got to look after yourself.
Yeah.
It's a very old man phrase in there, but yeah, you've definitely got to look after yourself because no one else will. You know, that's the thing.
It's so true, and also as well, it's quite interesting because I was that person. I stick to a schedule very, very, very much. I will stick to it as much as I can. And my PC recently like died, and I had family kind of over and things like that. And it's actually one of the first times I am not that fussed that I haven't streamed.
Yeah,
Which is really weird for me to say that. It's really weird. I still obviously have tried to game with you guys and tried to get on when I can, which is great. But for streaming wise, so realistically, I haven't streamed nearly in 2 weeks, I suppose. I guess.
I like to think that that's the world's way of saying that's okay. You needed that time off.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's a case of, and what this allows you to do as well by not streaming, you can actually take stock of what you've got and say, actually, right. So you've just redone all your PC, right?
Yes.
You've put stuff on it that you're actually going to use instead of being bogged down with all the crap that you've accumulated over the years and stuff. Like, I'm really frustrated just now because there's stuff I want to do in my stream. And I'm not talking about like the peripherals, like lights, etc. I'm talking about actual main things in my stream, like channel point redemptions, like certain overlays, certain things I want to include.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time to do.
Yeah.
But because I'm in such a good place just now, I'm not going to change it. It's fine. I've got that for a time where I go, actually, I'm going to take a week off and just
do it.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's the thing. So, yeah, it's interesting.
So, this is a very random thing I want to bring up. It's very, very random. But it's just because I want to talk about it, because there's loads of people talking about it at the moment, and I'm just kind of wanting to get your view on it, and also other people that want to chat about this, and obviously put in the comments because it'd be interesting to know what people think. But Kick. So Kick is a new streaming platform. So for people that don't know, it's Kick. I think it's .gg maybe. I think something like that.
Actually, give me a second. Let's have a quick look.
So while I was looking, .com, there we go. So Kick.com, and it's a streaming platform, and they are basically trying to rival Twitch. And lots of people are saying it has like a Mixer vibe. So I actually started streaming on Mixer. That's where I started. And I had so much fun. Community was amazing. But coming over, like, probably looking back at it now, for me it was great. For viewers, not so much, because, and I think Kick is in a very similar place, and I'd like to obviously know your thoughts on that in a minute. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, there's no guidelines. So there's no rules, there's no guidelines, so people can stream whatever they want, as in movies, as in, pornographic stuff, as in news, as in whatever, and it's not getting taken down. Nothing's happening, and I suppose I don't know if it's because I'm now like a dad that it worries me more that people can then just go on and watch whatever they want. And I know it's there on the internet anyway, but as in, going to somewhere and be like anonymous, really, you just make an account and you can be whoever you want, and look at people's chats and start trolling in people's chats that are putting stuff up that they shouldn't be putting up anyway. I don't know. For me, it feels really weird. And there's lots of other things going on with Kick, and people are saying that one tab is actually like 1.5 views. So people are getting boosted views where they're not real views. And I don't know if that's been saying because Twitch are probably going out there and telling people to maybe slander. I don't know. So it's quite hard, but I know you've actually streamed on it. So it's just interesting to get your kind of point of view. And obviously I know you wouldn't have seen all of that, but from your point of view of what you had.
I get you. I've been following Kick reasonably closely in the last couple of weeks. I think at the very beginning, again, I'm not privy to it. I don't know. You're absolutely right. There were sort of no rules. It was a sort of free
Yeah.
for all. I think they do have a TOS. They do have a terms of service, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing. How well it's enforced is another matter. But you
Yeah.
can say the same thing about Twitch. Okay,
Agreed.
it's like what I want to make very clear is people are on Twitter saying, "Oh, but you're streaming porn, you're streaming movies, you're doing this." People do that on
Yeah.
Twitch,
Yeah.
right? The difference is it's how quickly do they get taken down. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a woman that on Twitch that was having sex on stream
Yeah.
and got banned for 7 days. It's
Yeah.
like, well, it's like,
Yeah. 100%.
morality
Yeah.
aside.
Exactly. Yeah.
In terms of Kick, yeah, you're right. I streamed just 2 or 3 times, I think, just to see what it feels like in terms of like, is it this improvement? It's a new platform. I say it's a new platform. The UI is identical to Twitch.
Yeah.
Like if you actually log into the creator dashboard, it is literally lifted and shifted.
Yeah. Copy paste.
Which in itself is a smart thing for them to do, because if there is
Yes.
going to be a transition from Twitch to Kick, your users, the main streamers, and also the viewers, it's going to be like for like, which is fine. The concern I've got, the big thing that I've got is the 95-5 split. Okay,
Yep.
which for streamers is a fantastic opportunity to make some money. And, that sort of like, it's that carrot on the stick thing. It's like that's the golden, the ticket for streamers. Sustainability wise, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I never streamed on Mixer. I don't know what it's like. I get the impression it's on a crossroads just now, whether it goes well, and I don't think it'll ever overtake Twitch, and I'll get into that reason in a second. Or it goes the same way as Mixer, where they over subscribe themselves, and it just goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I put on. I sent out a tweet the other night. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
It's a case of just enjoy streaming for you. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether you're on, and I said this in my stream the other night, whether you're on Facebook Gaming, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Snapchat, TikTok, it doesn't matter. If you're enjoying what you're doing, eventually your community will grow, and things will happen for you. I think what the issue is in this day and age, people just want that quick fix, and they want it now, which is cool. That's fine. But in terms of sustainability, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm in a very fortunate position where I'm in a well-paid job. I do this for fun. Even with a 95-5 split, I'm still not going to be in a position where I can quit my full-time job. That's just a risk I'm not willing to take. It's just it's crazy. Again, is that because we're that elder statesman, like I said before? Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
The younger generation want that. I want to be famous. I want to be the next Ninja. I want to be the next Tim the Tap Man, etc. So good luck to them. I think the more competition for Twitch, the better.
Yep.
Will it push them? At the moment, no, it won't push them, because Kick are nowhere near the size that they need to be. I mean, YouTube. Look at YouTube, right? YouTube are owned by Google, and in terms of a platform for content, it's fantastic. Nothing will touch YouTube. But in terms of live streaming, I still think it's a big distance away from Twitch.
It's horrendous.
Awful.
Like, it's like for a user, and this is again why I kind of brought it up, because I really kind of, in my hopes and dreams, I really hope that YouTube see all this and go, actually, we're not worried, because they've already got, as you say, their content, like, as in, if you need to go and find out how to put up a shelf, YouTube. If you need to know how to edit something on Photoshop, YouTube. If, like, it's all, everything like you could possibly imagine is, and it is brilliant, and you would never take that away, and no one could ever touch them, ever. But if I was them, I would be like, yes, you've got live streaming. Let's make this. They could easily, I think, within 5 years, overtake Twitch. Easy, if they did their user interface, like, get their remote sorted, like, get, like, just the experience better. And even if they kind of had to build another website and not be YouTube, or be like youtube.gg or whatever you kind of want it, and have it specifically for live streaming. Because we've mentioned this before, you can go onto YouTube and I can't find anyone live. Like, it's the most frustrating thing ever. And then even when you go into the live channel, it's not the people you want to see, or it's just messed up in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this is another reason why I think, I wanted to bring up Kick, because it does obviously go on to the other platforms and Facebook gaming, and with Facebook gaming, it's a totally other thing, and they're dropping all their partners. It's so that's definitely going the way Mixer's going, and they're like, wow, this is not really worth us doing it. So another one going down slowly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the future if you see Facebook and Kick merging.
Agreed, because that's what happened with Mixer and Facebook. So basically, Mixer's partners, Facebook took them all on.
Yeah,
with the deal. So
for me as well, it's interesting you say about YouTube in 5 years it could overtake if they invested blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I would agree with you, but that's only if Twitch stands still. I still firmly believe, right, if YouTube or Kick or any other platform, Facebook, got close to the sort of numbers we're talking about in terms of live streaming, not content in terms of YouTube, but live streaming, Twitch would kick on and do it. I mean, they don't have to. They are the market leader for live streaming, right?
Agreed.
That's it. Be all and end all, right? That's it. For me, Twitch are very, very cute in terms of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If they were really, really worried about it in terms of people getting closer to them, one, they wouldn't have a direct export of VODs to YouTube, which they do.
Yeah.
And two, they just would not allow you to live stream on short form content like Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
That's all recent introductions. That's very, very cute. They didn't have to do that.
No.
But they listen. People complain
to
they
the
don't
community. Listen. Yeah.
But they listen there. They're like,
they listen to bits they want to listen to. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't see Twitch losing its sort of mantle of being the best place to stream. Are there opportunities elsewhere? Absolutely, and
of course.
Good luck to those who want to do it. Like I say, I may occasionally stream on YouTube. I did it the other month there. I'll stream on Kick. If you just want to change it up a little bit, that's absolutely cool. That could be a place for, if you're a small streamer, if you don't want to try and disrupt your community, set up a second sort of profile in OBS.
Yeah.
Trial and error. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely, and that's another thing, isn't it? Of that, try and start in a different community. Because I even mentioned this to you a few months ago when I was feeling a little bit with my content, and I still am with my content. Like my streams, but content wise, and I was actually saying to you, wasn't I, that I might even stream on YouTube and just do like survival games, but as in kind of like Raft, like the proper like indie kind of survival, not like Sons of the Forest, or not like any of the others, but like like Minecraft, nothing like that. Well, maybe Minecraft, but and do that, because again, you're getting a different viewership in a different market.
Yeah.
And I still might do it because I think it could be quite good fun, and it'd be something different. As you say, on your OBS or wherever you do it, you have a total second, a second stream, different overlays, the whole lot, so everyone knows it's a different, a different game or a different whatever genre you're doing. But the biggest thing out of all of this is exactly what Shield says, and it's have fun. Like that 95 split, like honestly, it does. It is 100%, as you say, it's that carrot, and you're like, oh my God, I could make this amount of money. But you have to then hope that people go over there and spend their money on that platform instead of keeping their money over on Twitch, or whatever it is. And as you say, also as well, like even with the amount of subs that we have, like, between us, would that make me want to like quit your job? And then no, like for me personally, and again, I think it is because we're older and we've been through a lot and we've done different things, and and we're not that age of, as you say, like my nephew, he wants to be probably a YouTuber at some point. And it's not like when we were young and I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be like a policeman, or what is that, a footballer. It's not that anymore. It's I want to be a content creator, which out of the whole world, it's what is it, like something like 2% of people that actually do it and actually make it. And that's it's not, we're going to run out of plumbers and electricians.
Don't get me wrong, would it be a fantastic thing to do? Yeah, if I win the lottery tomorrow, I'd quit my main job and I'd do like content creation. It would be hilarious, because
Definitely.
we've had the discussion all the time. It's like, I think I have decent ideas. My
Yeah.
execution just doesn't happen. Like, I'm very good at saying stuff to people like, you should do this,
Yeah.
tweak this. But for my own stuff, it's like, nah, I just have no idea. It's like complete blank. But yeah, it's like, it is the sort of, we'll call it the dream for
Yeah.
anybody that does any form of streaming and stuff. But you've got to live properly first. It's one of those things.
Indeed, mate. This has been awesome.
Absolute pleasure.
Honestly, for coming back on and chatting, and obviously I know we spoke about a lot of gaming and things like that, but obviously mental health is there as well, and I'm super stoked that your mental health is awesome and in the right direction. And as I said, like from viewing your streams, I love it. Honestly, whenever you are on, same with Darth and the other guys, I honestly love it. And to see you kind of thriving in your own environment with gaming, and yeah, it's great fun. So anyone that hasn't seen him, please, like, all the links will be obviously in the comments. Like, go check Shields out because it's very, very funny, good content, and he enjoys what he does, which is a big thing for us.
Cheers, dude.
No worries. Any last kind of words? Anything? I mean, we've gone through a lot.
No, I think just the main key isn't it? The one we've spoke about mostly. Just enjoy what you do. Don't think too much about it. Just go on. If you're enjoying it, then that shows, and your community and your viewers will enjoy it as well. So yeah, that's what I've learned over the last year.
Indeed. There we go. So perfect. So there we go. Thank you so much, dude. I will come back and chat to you in a minute. I will just sign off. But yeah, appreciate it, mate.
Catch you in a bit. Bye.
Guys, actually awesome. And this is the funniest thing. Like, I always find it amusing that, especially with people especially like Darth and Shields and Hawks, Tom, Makashi, like this, the six of us is, we do talk a lot, but we still have loads to talk about. Like, it's not one of them things where you kind of sit there and you're like, what should we talk about? I don't know. And the funniest thing, like, because even before this, we were saying, well, yeah, we're just gonna. There was no agenda, no nothing, and we just chatted, and this is kind of what happens, and I love it, and that kind of shows you kind of, I don't know, just how much like we get on, and yeah, I love it. So I'm honestly, again, Shields, thank you so much. I appreciate it like loads. It's been awesome. It's a pleasure. And again, for everyone, and we have gone over it a little bit, but if you are struggling with any type of mental health and gaming is helping in a little way, or if it's not helping as well, that's another thing. Sometimes gaming doesn't help. Like, take breaks. We mentioned this. Take breaks. Try and reach out to people. There's always helplines. So I have the helpline numbers underneath the stream, underneath the recording here, and they'll be in the descriptions as well. Just reach out to people, and Discord groups are amazing. I'm not saying they always work, and there are some toxic ones and etc. But please, just look after yourself and look after your mental health, and yes. So apart from that, guys, I really appreciate everyone. If you are ever interested in coming on, obviously let us know. Drop me a message, and we can talk about getting people onto the podcast, because I'm always after new people. But apart from that, I hope everyone has an awesome weekend, and look after your mental health, and we'll see you next time.